Okay, so mm, this is Pax Britannica, a that it says here Imperial timeline. It mostly centers on, you know, the British, so you know how I feel about them. Hate the damn British. Joking, but seriously. Um, this is a map game, and I love my map games. Very much. Not the best for starting off. But today I'm gonna be playing in North America as yeah, Second Continental Army here, led by Smedley Butler, an old retired Marine Corps general that is aligned with socialists, I guess. Um, let's look at what it says here. Second Continental Army is in playable game start. To play them, do the following: complete the United Commonwealth focus, escalation dominance. So we have to go over here and play as the the United Commonwealth of America. Now, the name sounds a bit weird, and the United Commonwealth. What does it also have a British flag? Union Jack at the top left. Well, that's because America has been colonized by Britain. The American Revolution, or as it's called, the Washington Revolt. I think that's what it's called at least. Um, failed, and therefore the U.S. is stuck as a subject of Britain. While it is a very powerful subject of Britain, and it has definitely some sway within the British Empire, but it still is under the control of London. Um, as you can see here, the Midwest and Pacific Coast are either how do you put it? I don't remember the word. Are either like just like warlord states or what is the word? Or or as you can see here, Texas, Rio Grande, Mexican Republic, California Republic, they're all like divorced themselves from Mexico. So um the Midwest and the Wild West, they'll just call it that, is well, my wild and the most. There's no like barely any like factories or anything like that. It's truly untouched by nature. But as I said earlier, we're gonna be playing as the United Commonwealth of America. Um, and well, let's see where we can go with this. Obviously, we're gonna switch over to Second Continental Army when we can. That is my goal for this playthrough at least. Um, so yeah, let's start. All right, so let's start this off here. Um, nope. Uh, the Commonwealth of America is the dominant power in North America in 1933, the seat of the Edison electric monopoly and the true muscle of the British Empire. Established in 1817 following a constitutional convention, the Commonwealth is a federal parliamentary monarchy and shares the sovereign with the rest of the Imperial Confederation. The Commonwealth is the largest constituent nation in the British Empire and maintains the largest standing professional army and a navy overshadowed only by Britain itself. Uh, More importantly, the country is the home to the Edison Imperial Electric Company, which nearly 10% of all jobs fall under some sort of IEC jurisdiction. America would prove critically important during the Great War and providing a substantial amount of troops for the invasion of Iberia campaign. For the first time, Commonwealth troops fought under their own flag and delivered multiple key victories. It was hardly a front where Americans didn't participate, even including a token Anglo-American force that accompanied the German siege of Paris. American military, technical, and financial assistance became the backbone of imperial powers, a fact not quickly forgotten by Philadelphia. Throughout the interwar period, America would continue to assert itself within the empire. The British find themselves as Greeks in the nascent American Empire, and that resentment has greatly cooled relations. Um, the balancing act of the Imperial Confederation is becoming more difficult to maintain, threatening to split the empire in two. The United Commonwealth of America is a great power. Alright, let's enable, just leave this as is. And yeah. The script, I hate the scripted peace deals thing, but you know. Let's put it small. I don't want this to be too loud. Something to have on in the background. So let's just start by increasing civilian industry here. More factories. That's what I'm building. We have a small token. We have a pretty big actually army. I don't know why I said token. We do have a token landship force, basically tanks. That's what tanks are called in this universe, landships. And automats as well. These are like walkers, I guess. We're gonna be focusing on mostly civilian research for now, like industry and electronics, and also support weapons 1. So to start this, we start off the game in a conflict with Nicaragua over the creation of the Nicaraguan Canal. It's not finished yet, but it will soon. There are a few insurgencies happening within Nicaragua, so we have to stamp them out before they get anywhere big. So that's what we're going to focus on. We're going to be taking authorized further deployments to help stabilize the situation in Nicaragua and see what we can do. As you can see here, Imperial dominance is 40% in British control, but like throughout the game, you could switch over to total American control. All right. I will be ignoring some events because I've read them so many times, but I will allow time for you to like pause the video and read them yourself if you want. It's just some of them are just redundant for me, you know. Situation in Managua is deteriorating at a pace incapable with the projected canal completion window. Assets indicate high probability of increased rebel attacks in the immediate future. While the liquidation of high-interest target Sandino has proved effective at splintering Sandista resistance, it is also emboldened previously other marginalized factions. Alright. Well, fuck. Read that. So, here we are. You can read that if you want. Increase the volume. Oh, I should have. Sorry, I'm so sorry. I'm so used to like clicking off some of the stuff that I've already read. So sorry. All right, so let's start making empty promise. We'll expand Magic 11 operations, which will give support towards our people in power. Magic 11 is our intelligence agency. Majestic 11. I've always said Magic 11 for some reason. And our new Prince Edward has toured the country now. He's oh, the Tasmanian tiger is extinct. Looking here, we should be able to send weapons and launch a public relations campaign, and then with that popularity of the two insurgencies should oh shit, I just okay. You should have read that. Please go back. But that event was actually really important. I just skipped past it. I'm so sorry. But it's basically the first shipment of automatons that come into America. At least the automatons would just be like machines, automatic machines. But we'll start promoting IEC ventures. They are what is the word? They are like 10% of our like jobs. So and there we go. We can start eliminating the insurgencies from Nicaragua. Pretty fast too. And the automation crisis just hit. With those automatons coming in, they start following a company-wide initiative to increase automation. Dozens of Edison Electric mines and heavy industry centers have shut down across the United Kingdom. Protests, riots, and civil discontent have followed suit, and the situation has boiled over tensions about workplace automation. The thing is right. I want you to think about this really. That's 10% of your jobs, and like they just start what is the word? That's 10%, and like 10% of your population now unemployed. That's fucking in like a snap of a finger, man. Not a snap of a finger. It take time to fully automate, but like that's still a lot of people that are out of a job. So a lot of people would be angry at these, you know. Okay, here automation. When the papers and radio stations in the Commonwealth first heard of the automation crisis in the United Kingdom, it was shrugged off by most, a blip on their radar. When you introduce something new to an economy, there's going to be blowback. Even an idiot knows that. Besides, they were a literal ocean away. Nothing like that could happen here, right? It didn't happen overnight, of course. It took weeks for everyone to finally realize what happened. At first, most were excited by the prospect of machines working for us, but then they kept coming. Factories once housed hundreds of men, now dozens at most. Soup kitchens, once looked down upon, became vital parts of the lives of many, and veterans of the conflict that had plagued the world returned not to find a land of opportunity, but a land of opportunists. Within some circles, the same flames of Jacobinism, which is basically this world's version of communism, had engulfed Japan had suffered, as you can see here. Japan is a republic and not a monarchy in this timeline. They are also Jacobins. As Coolidge read through report after report, Coolidge is our president at this time, it's saying that there was no mere blip in the Commonwealth's economic history. There was one silver lining, though. Normally, an event has no singular cause, instead being the result of many complex factors that few understood. For once, that was the sole point of origin. Every report, every disgruntled worker, every discarded uniform had a name attached to it. Edison Imperial Electric Company. So, let's just try and work with them. Also, we had a victory in Nicaragua. So, yay, we win. Unemployment soars, riots in the capital, Edison's stock price rises. It was bad. The crisis could destroy the very foundation of the Commonwealth. It was his problem he needed to fix. Once the news hit, he called in Edison. Though the man himself was busy, he was able to send in some representatives. Coolidge had demanded that they slow down their automation policies, almost begging, but they refused. Coolidge tried to think of some offer or compromise he could make. Tax exemptions, increased say in government matters, almost everything, but the answer remained the same. As they left, the company men almost mocked Coolidge, wishing him luck in the next political campaign. It was clear, as things stood now, there was little he could do. Coolidge would either have to make change happen or be thrust upon him. Well, we're already this far into promoting their ventures, so what can we do? Anti-automation riots and infrastructure all across America has been damaged. And the American Legion Bonus Brigades, a group of American Great War veterans, have gathered in Philadelphia to demand the early release of bonuses promised to them by the government. The veterans who have been struggling to make ends meet by the midst of the automation crisis are determined to fight what they believe is rightfully theirs. They have set up camp in the city, and their numbers are growing by the day. The the government, however, has been reluctant to release the bonuses early. Prime Minister Coolidge has argued that the bonuses should be played on schedule in 1945, that releasing them early would set a dangerous precedent. He also expressed concerns that the protests could turn violent. Despite these concerns, bonus brigades remain determined to see their demands met. They've been holding peaceful demonstrations throughout the city and have refused to leave until their demands are met. The situation remains tense, and many are worried that protests could turn violent if a resolution is not seen soon. Let's hear them out at least. No. Mongol rebels surrender. General Smedley Butler, a retired Marine Corps officer and outspoken critic of the government, has emerged as a prominent voice in the ongoing bonus brigade crisis. In a recent speech, General Butler advocated for a peaceful solution to the crisis, calling on the government to honor its promises to the bonus brigade. But General Butler argued that the bonus brigades have every right to demand the bonuses promised to them by the government, and that the government had a moral obligation to pay them. He urged the government to avoid the use of force in dealing with the protesters, instead to negotiate a settlement that will satisfy both sides. Many many have praised General Butler's stance as a voice of reason in this time of crisis, while others have criticized him for advocating for what they see as unjust demand. Nevertheless, General Butler's words has resonated with many Americans. There is hope that his message of peace and reconciliation will bring an end to the crisis, and we'll just tell him to keep his nose out of politics. And the Reds established power in governments, and yeah, the IEC at least supports us for now. Um, we'll see. Hmm. Huh, okay, sorry, I was distracted there for a second. Let's start. We'll just wait for now. The American Legion has arrived in Philadelphia. Nearly 20,000 demonstrators have set up the Capitol to support the delegation. While they generally aren't well armed, the RAMP have noted that uh, they may have a significant wartime augmentation that could pose a threat to the public. Coolidge, now surrounded in his own capital by thousands of unemployed and angry veterans, has to decide how to address the crisis. Mm, Riding the protesters would be deeply unpopular, but with the right media, could be portrayed as defeating troublemakers. Um, On the other hand, capitulation would make Coolidge look like weak to the public and the empire, and the UC may not be affected, may not be made shit, may not be able to effectively put the bill required. The third option to negotiate may be the best path for preventing bloodshed, but will require some compromises on both sides. All right. So as I said earlier, if we want to get the Second Continental Army, we just need to go down this path, crush and rush solution, to basically crush out all dissent and finish this focuses, which is escalation dominance. So let's start. Orbit wars. That's basically space race between Britain and Russia right now, at least. Oh, and Mount Everest has been conquered. Coolidge bans the URF, which is the Jacobin Party. They just shoot them. Bonus Brigade, yeah. So let's start taking this, killing in Melbourne. Read this if you want. Start just stalling for time at least. Appalachian miners join the strikes. Maybe machines really are better. Melbourne Massacre Ministry investigation. We're gonna be just investigating the killers that have been happening. Melbourne Torso killer strikes again. Break down the gates. Unknown tribes in Brazil. That's good for them. And more, but anti-bonus group formed in the south, so that's good for us at least. More factories is what we need, Start focusing more on weapons for now at least. Standardized fuel kits, stimulant manufacturing, and better artillery. Pax Americana sets records. Do more killings in Melbourne. Alright. We have only one more focus until we can take escalation dominance, which is mobilizing the Rampies and Home Guard. And we're just waiting here. What we can do to just uprising, we can take we'll take some troops and deploy them around here in Appalachia, and we'll start suppressing Appalachian militias. Let's start cracking down on dissidents, even if it will cost us stability-wise. We can go to the Midwest, Illinois, Ohio, and Indiana. Send our troops here and suppress Midwestern militias. We'll just do that for now until we can. We'll see what we can do. For now, we'll start. We'll just go disperse industry and excavation 1 for more resource efficiency and also better. Yeah. There we are. Hasten stimulus manufacturing is done, so let's go down and we'll get a construction 2 since we get a bonus on it. Alright. We got a few extra divisions and we did find a breakthrough, and we'll just rush down here to escalation dominance. Alright. Just more factories is all we need. There's civ greeting here. Only 50 more days. St. Petersburg has been attacked over here in Russia. 2 bombs are detonated. leaving over 100 injured. And oh, I didn't even notice the Irish are fighting for their lives over here. Oh, Santa Fe has been divided. America remains disunited. Hmm. Russian satellite success. They've gone their first satellite to space. There we are. Many politicians and citizens believe that Coolidge did not do enough to address the concerns of the veterans, and that his lack of action led to the violent removal of the veterans from their encampment in Philadelphia by the military. Some have even called for his resignation over the matter. Coolidge has defended his actions, stating that he had to uphold the law and maintain order in the city. However, the controversy surrounding his response to the crisis has only grown. Um, the bonus army crisis remains a stain on the Coolidge administration, and protests and unrest continue even after the end of the general crisis itself. Here, the roads that many followed lay high in viscous mixtures of blood and dirt, with the occasional sight of a corpse becoming the permanent spectacle for the trek. Um, once once dawn came, everyone prepared themselves to once again follow the dirt road left by the failed settlers of old America. For those who were too weak to continue walking, their fate was not so prestigious. They became yet another figure on an already increasing list of who was dead. It was a it was a blinding sight to see sons begging for their fathers to get up, and the age divide only worsened, with much of the old men laying claim to heaven or hell. Amongst the red skies, fettered disease, rampant starvation, and a total disarray of society. Um, from 300,000 initial programs, only an estimated 100,000 survived. If the Commonwealth so wished to chase after us, then they would have to they would have to they would have all the directions needed. It seems Hansel and Gretel running out of bread, but not bodies. They have plenty they have plenty of. Even with Butler shit. Even with Butler Yeah, sorry, even when Butler proclaimed their new home, all one had to do was churn and look at those damn dirt roads to be reminded of what happened. So that's basically everyone that opposes the government or is Jacobin is taking the Dead March West, which is basically they're walking their ass all across the Pacific coast. So let me come along as well. All right, so here we are as the Second Continental Army. Features from the United States, conquer your way to the East Coast, manage the SCA's precarious situation, avenge the failed revolution, and spread the revolutionary cause globally. The Second Continental Army is a failed state, filled with the dreams and hopes of thousands. Most of the population consists of hardened Great War veterans and young, determined souls wishing to bring about the collapse of the Anglo-American capitalist economic system that had failed them and their families. Soldiers of the revolution have marched as far as Halifax, all the way to the Oregon coast, in search of better opportunities under the leader of the prestigious American General Spendy Butler. Butler was the de facto leader of the Bonus Brigade, made up of impoverished Great War veterans that felt betrayed of the government's lack of financial and social support. The the Bonus Brigade, as would become to known, would see the Butlers attempt a revolution in Philadelphia with the support of thousands of veterans and general military personnel. However, the revolution wouldn't last long, and soon Butler and his supporters would find themselves marching through the last bastion of uncolonized America in a bid to escape the United Commonwealth military, finally setting up shop at the Oregon coast. The Second Continental Army is a failed state. So, moving off
Go
here,
ahead.
we only have two divisions to our name compared to the United Commonwealth's 40, and they're barely outfitted. They barely have enough guns with them. We have no industry, no factories, nothing. We only have one research slot, and we don't have any of the basic industry techs. So we'll have to start off with basic machine tools for now. So let's start. The Dead March West. Our initial revolution has failed, and we must lick our wounds and rebuild our strength so that one day we may return to take what is rightfully ours. This is no simple process. Already plans have been drawn up to expand your regional influence with our direct neighbors. So, let's start.
Yes, roger that, sir.
Labor victory in America? Oh, they went red. That's crazy. Makes sense though, but they're still. To those who may concern, we are aware of the increasing number of Celestials coming into the city from the south, and we are doing everything to solve these situations. So, starting off with Dead March West, we do get a few free military factories, so we can't build anything for now at least. We don't have enough resources to probably build our own weapons. Agrarian victory. Were there agrarians? Liberals. Alright. Alright, so let's start. Ready your damn rifles. We'll get extra weapons. Start conscription and get a free arms factory. And extra. And what is it called? Extra steel that we'll definitely need. So let's start off with that. Alright. Let's start trading. Let's start trading with the Confederacy of Free Tribes for some steel to start constructing rifles. There we are. We'll start rifles, cold artillery, and trucks. Alright. Just like George Washington, we face seemingly unstoppable threats, but with enough determination and grit, we shall break the odds with like a revolutionary sword, one that will pierce the heart of Philadelphia and bring the rot-filled state crumbling down. All right, so we just got extra PP. All right, the first wave. We also have this decision here. I'm going to talk about this. This is the sleeping giants. We basically have to hide ourselves from we have to spend political power to hide ourselves from the United Commonwealth, so they don't know where we are. We get hit with a pretty shit debuff. All right. The convoy reared to a close. Behind followed a huge line of hungry and tired peoples. Food situation had already begun deteriorating at this point, and rationing had already taken effect. The streets were battered with sand, and the definition of hell seemed all too fitting for the situation at hand. Local militias were not uttering a word of hesitance. The local militias were not uttering a word of hesitance. We're all too knowledgeable about the current circumstances. They remained the only people able to still maintain a full belly. Them and the various political leaders. Even the veterans were on the short end of the stick. The new Butlerites began setting up new homes and rations, and the poor population looked towards them with distaste and concern. The worst had just begun. Brace yourself. So, here we are. We get around like 4 or 5 waves of people that come in every month, so we have to watch out for that. outlaw country. Yeah. Mech. Outlaw country. They lost to nothing but a few rice farmers. Yeah, looks like Britain lost in Vietnam. Um, and the Germans lost in the Philippines. So Japan's gonna have a lot of
Go ahead.
influence. Here we are, second wave. It'd be best. Okay, as the second wave of Butterites arrived, the crowd that stood waiting at the Capitol's makeshift gates protested against the entry of more. What about her, eh? Shouted a citizen, pointing at an old, scrunched-up figure. At closer inspection, a closer inspection of the individual, old and crested face revealed itself. What should she provide now? Added the enraged citizen as the crowd roared in unison. The old lady coerced Butler, showing him a tiny timid boy under her arms. Now listen here, dear. My son, this boy's father, gave everything to the cause. He died believing in you, in the revolution. Reaching out with her crooked finger and taps Butler's heart. If not me, then surely the boy. Unassured at the possibility of turning back, she knew her time was near, but she remained defiant at the suggestion of their grandson dying out in these wastes. I, I can't, I can't abandon her. I can't. So we'll let her in. We must look after the loyal. And here we're gonna start off with war economy, which is basically all factories will be going to the production of war goods or at least production of more factories. Barely anything will be given to uh, consumer needs, but this this is a revolution we're trying to start here. Not as sucky as it is. This is what we need. All right, so let's start. Hmm. At least size with the UK.
Yes, sir.
I'm not gonna read this. All right, so here we are. Let's start. We should these next focuses will be focuses to expand within our regional neighbors, namely New Virginia, New Walden, and the Tabernacle territory. First, we're gonna be focusing in on New Walden. They're Jacobin like us, but anarchist. Um, so we're gonna be talking and proposing unification with New Walden because of our similar beliefs. So hopefully they accept,
Let's go, boys. Move out.
and we'll start
Go ahead.
what is the word? We'll start managing our army real quick and drawing a battle plan just in case they say no. Here we are. Civilians first. The soldiers defend them is the role of the armed vanguard, to be the sword of the working class, to aid in the escape. The 4th Red Army stayed behind to help usher civilians west. The plan could only hold on for so long. The Commonwealth forces have intercepted our comrades in Hardin, trapping them between the Illinois and the Mississippi. 40,000 fighters we can't afford to lose. A relief force. Relief force could be sent, but we already stretched so thin. One cynical officer suggests we're sending the unreliable troops in reserve. But that would certainly mean sending these people to their deaths. Well, We need as many men here as possible, so we'll send our most able men as a release force. You know, we need as much population back as possible. So here, just to be telling you, I'm gonna always be taking the decisions with the most what is it called? With the most people involved, because it's worth it to get as many people as possible. Okay, we need as many troops to be able to crush the United Commonwealth's military. We need as many troops on the ground as possible. Because, all right, so hopefully they should agree, and they were rejected. War it is. We tried negotiating, but it seems like
Let's go, boys. Move out. Go ahead. We've driven them off, lads.
all right here.
We've driven them off, lads. Keep you right down, you fool.
Start hiding from the giants.
We won't be welcome, so
Prolonged siege will probably take place, but we'll win eventually. Fourth wave, we'll take anybody willing to build a better future, even if it will cost us more political power. This sucks. I could have used their troops in annexing New Virginia, but well, it seems like we're just not lucky.
We've driven them off, lads.
There we are. Well,
Yes, roger that.
they
sir.
lost. We win. That's all that matters. All right. Well, now we have a state. Now we have a good border. And we can't, and since we already tried being peaceful with these guys, we can't be peaceful with these. We can only be peaceful, or we can only like request annexation from one state, either New Walden or New Virginia. So that sucks. But
Go ahead.
we gain a core after purging the anarchistic fools in New Walden have attempted to resist the allure of our fascinating ideology. They have ultimately failed to do so. Where they once claimed to be the vanguards of Mother Nature, they have instead quickly adopted our more streamlined views on the revolution. Now the true test of our brotherly might begins. With Jacobin united, there remains one less threat for us to worry about. So here, we must declare war on New Virginia as well. We're gonna just quickly walk into their gonna walk into their capital, and they should give up. Hopefully, at least. We're gonna be taking dispersed industry for our next tech. You know, we're gonna our army will be made or broken with our industry. So we need as much materials, as many guns as possible. Start training up 2 more militia divisions. We'll deploy them when possible, but 5th wave, we could use the help. Let's just take the deal.
Yes, roger that, sir.
Ah, shit. They just trained up a new division.
Go ahead.
We'll see what we can do. It's across a river, so I don't think we're gonna be able to do much.
Let's go, boys, move out! We've driven them off,
We could
lads!
quickly push up here.
Let them
It
have
probably
it!
would have been better if I built up some planning, but you know.
Work, man, the bastards have gone!
Alright. I'll take these guys into a separate army so that they don't do anything stupid.
Won't even slow it down.
Okay,
Fall back and reform!
here we are. We're gonna try and assist our militia over here. Build up planning bonus real quick.
Work, man, the bastards have gone!
What the fuck?
Stand by.
Alright, well they should be breaking very soon, so don't worry.
Let them have it!
Yeah, looks like our militia will take no man left behind. It even if we do have minus the 1560 stability, we're just gonna have to deal with it, as sucky as it is. Come on, you just need to break across this tile and they should
Let them have it!
let's start taking grand offensive, or no, it'd be smarter to no, we have enough time. Start taking grand offensive so we can break through easier. Actually,
Easy, boys, and watch where you put your feet!
when will these guys give up? Just fucking die.
So engage at will out there.
There we are.
Yes, sir.
We'll start an attack on their capital, and they should give up soon. We have some extra militia to assist, I guess, but it's unneeded.
Yes, roger that, sir.
And they should give up soon. And the Second Continental Army has defeated the Free Republic in New Virginia. So let's start here and start purging idiocracy, idiots, fools, degenerates, and all that like threaten our nation. New Virginia may belong to us, but its soul is corrupt and in need of dire cleanup. A little revolutionary propaganda and forced assimilation would do the job just fine. So with that, we will now set up on the Tabernacle border. Checking here, we're good on guns, yeah. Oh shit, I was paused, I didn't even notice. Let's start crushing the religious zealots. Oh, France marched on Brittany, and they should be declaring war on. Oh, they already did declare war. Never mind. Goodbye, Brittany. You're gonna die very soon.
Yes, sir.
There we are.
Go ahead.
Start moving towards their capital. I don't think they'll have enough.
The bastards have gone. Let's go, boys. Move out. Let's go, boys. Move out. Yes, roger that, sir.
Oh, these guys are holding. Yeah, I don't think we're not gonna win that battle. But what matters is that they
Yes, roger that, sir. Well, man, the bastards have gone.
here.
Easy, boys, and watch where you put your feet. Go ahead.
Just a few more days and we'll be at the capital and they'll soon surrender. Oh, the Great Balkan War just hit. Let's see what's happening. It's the anti-Hungarian pact versus the just Hungary. Oh, that sucks for Hungary. Oh, they're Jacobin like us. Well, I hope well for the Hungarians. I hope they win. And with that, we win. We asked them, they said no. We begged them, they said no. We demanded them, they said no. We took them, they said nothing. The Midnight Massacre. We'll gain 4. 4 is on their territory. Alright.
Go ahead.
Well, they surrendered, so there's that. At least something. Oh shit. So I might have failed that with open eyes thing, so I'm gonna have to off here. Thank you guys for watching me horribly narrate this. Goodbye.